Sure, the new Sony Alpha 7 III and the Canon EOS R6 are an amazing feat of technology, but they can cost you a hefty amount of money. And if you're a filmmaker who's limited on a budget, it doesn't mean you should give up on your upcoming project, because there are plenty of amazing cameras available in the market that can produce high-quality 4K videos without breaking the bank. So, in this video, we're going to talk about the best 4K cameras under $1,000. With that being said, let's get started. Starting off with the OMDE M10 Mark IV from Olympus, a company that has a reputation for building high-end micro Four Thirds cameras. This one's also no exception with impressive video features, faster performance, and so on. It offers a 20.3 megapixel live MOS micro Four Thirds sensor that offers better image quality with great dynamic range than its predecessor. This camera supports 4K videos at 30 frames per second and HD videos at 120 frames per second. One of the most striking features of this camera is its autofocus. It comes with hybrid autofocus that includes cross-type 121 points phase detection and contrast detection autofocus. Besides, its phase detection autofocus effectively recognizes your subject even in challenging situations. More importantly, its 5-axis in-body image stabilization can smooth out your footage effectively even on moving subjects. Other than 2.36 million dot OLED electronic viewfinder, it also has a 3.0-inch 180-degree tilting LCD touchscreen that's perfect for vlogging. With all these amazing features on board, the Olympus OMDE M10 Mark IV is a bargain at this price point. Next up, we have the classic Nikon Zfc, which is pretty much the same as Z50 but built into a more traditional style SLR body, making it much more compact than Nikon's full-frame mirrorless cameras. It comes with a 20.9 megapixel APS-C CMOS sensor. The stacked construction of the sensor allows for faster sensor readout, hence less rolling shutter effect and impressive performance in low-light situations. Besides, this camera is capable of capturing 11 frames per second at continuous shooting speed at full resolution. In terms of videos, it can also shoot 4K videos at 30 frames per second. For slow motion, you can record full HD videos at 120 frames per second. In addition to that, its autofocus and eye autofocus are efficient enough to detect your subject accurately. Also, the Wi-Fi capabilities of this camera come in handy when you want to transfer files on the go via the Nikon app. So, Nikon Zfc is a retro-style camera for classic Nikon lovers, offering both high-end image and video capabilities with excellent stabilization. Unleash your creative potential with the Sony a6400, a sleek and compact hybrid camera that boasts impressive autofocus and excellent video capturing abilities. Equipped with a 24.2 megapixel APS-C X-More CMOS sensor and enhanced BIOS X processor, this camera can capture images with more lifelike colors. It's also capable of shooting 4K videos at 24 frames per second. As the 4K is downsampled from 6K footage, this camera allows for shooting footage with excellent details and preserves the highlights and shadows quite well. There is also a 4K 30fps mode, but it will give you a slightly cropped view. One of the most striking features of this camera is its hybrid autofocus system, which consists of 425 phase detection points and contrast detection areas. Besides, eye and face detection is so accurate that it ensures you don't lose your subject even in low-light situations. However, there is no stabilization in this camera, so you might find it difficult when shooting without a tripod or gimbal. Overall, Sony a6400 is an excellent video shooting machine with impressive autofocus performance. Therefore, it's best suited for enthusiasts looking for a high-end APS-C camera without spending much. One of the caveats of a full-frame camera is usually they are big and bulky. But the Canon EOS RP is different in this regard, since it's one of the smallest and lightest full-frame cameras that you'll find convenient to carry. Featuring a 26.2 megapixel full-frame CMOS sensor, This camera lets you shoot 4K videos at up to about 24 frames per second at 4:2:0 8-bit color depth. And for images, it comes with an optical low-pass filter, eliminating more and aliasing effect. Besides, its 26 megapixel is also suitable for landscape, portrait, and street photography. Combining the Digic 8 image processor, it can shoot up to 5 frames per second in burst shooting mode. As for autofocus, this camera includes dual-pixel CMOS autofocus with 4,779 selectable autofocus positions. However, you can use this autofocus for full HD videos only. If you shoot 4K videos, your autofocus switches to contrast detection, which is kind of a bummer. But then again, considering a full-frame camera for just under $1,000, the Canon EOS RP seems like an awesome deal. Last but not least, we have the Fujifilm X-S10, a fast-performing camera with impressive low-light captures that has made the top of a list today. The reason is quite simple. It features the 26.1 megapixel APS-CX Trans BSI CMOS 4 sensor, which lets you shoot full width 20 frames per second with its electronic shutter. Alternatively, you can also choose to shoot a 30 frame rate with a 1.25 times crop. These high burst rates are handy when shooting sports or wildlife. On top of that, the back-illuminated construction of the sensor ensures that you can take breathtaking images and videos even in low-light situations. Speaking of videos, it can shoot DCI 4K videos at 30 frames per second. And for slow-motion videos, you can shoot Full HD at a whopping 240 frames per second. Additionally, it has 5-axis in-body image stabilization, 425-point hybrid including both phase and contrast detection autofocus, 3.0-inch 1.04 million dot vari-angle touchscreen, and whatnot. All things considered, the Fujifilm X-S10 has everything you would want in a $1,000 camera. Just give it a shot. So, that was all about the best 4K cameras under $1,000. All the cameras here have distinctive features for both images and videos. So, which one did you find the most suitable for you? Let us know in the comment section.